Well, hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my CramAthon Wrap Up. This CramAthon took place from December 20th through December 24th, and I think I did pretty well considering how busy I was during this time. Actually, the last 2 days were probably the busiest for me because I was getting ready for Christmas and cooking and things like that. So without further ado, let's get started on my wrap up. On day one, I read Stitches by David Small, which is a graphic novel. It is 325 pages and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I'm not going to go into much detail about my thoughts on these books. I will cover that in my December wrap up. So after I read Stitches, I picked up Dork Diaries by Rachel Renee Russell. This is the first book in this series. It is 282 pages and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. Continuing with day one, I picked up 6 Months Later by Natalie D. Richards. I only managed to read 96 pages of this book on day one. So on day one, my total page count was 703 pages. That was probably my most productive day. It kind of dwindles down after that. On day two, I only read some of 6 Months Later and I only managed to read 130 pages of this. On day three, I finished 6 Months Later, reading 97 pages, and I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Also on day three, I started and finished Poems of Lewis Carroll by Myra Goan Livingston. This book was 146 pages and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. So my total page count for day three was 243 pages. On day four, I started and finished Relish My Life in the Kitchen by Lucy Nicely. This is also a graphic novel. This is 173 pages and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. On day four, I also picked up Wait For Me by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I haven't finished this one. I've been kind of reading it sporadically. And I read about 100 pages of this on day four, which brings my total page count on day four to 273 pages. On day five, I was doing a lot of cooking and preparation for Christmas. So I again picked up Wait For You by Jennifer L. Armentrout and I did not finish it, unfortunately. I managed to read 77 pages of this and I am almost done with it. So my overall page count for day five was only 77 pages. So as for the challenges, the first challenge was to read a children's book. The second challenge was to read a hardback. The third challenge was to read 2 books within 24 hours. The fourth challenge was to read a graphic novel and I managed to read 2. The fifth challenge was to read a book in verse or poetry. The sixth challenge was to read a novella, and I had selected a novella from the Lux series on my Nook to read, but I ended up not reading it. I started it and I couldn't really get into it, so I opted to read Wait For You instead. I didn't want to delay my reading just because I couldn't get into that book. And number 7 was to read 5 books total. So I read Stitches, The Dork Diaries Book 1, 6 Months Later, Poems of Lewis Carroll, and Relish. This comes to exactly 5 books. Plus I'm reading Wait For You and I'm almost done with that one. I tried to finish it before midnight but I didn't quite make it. I'm probably about 30 pages away from finishing it, so I will probably finish that one today. So my overall page count for the entire CramAthon was 1,426 pages, and I would say that that's pretty good considering this is the first readathon that I've actually been able to fully participate in. So I'm very proud of what I was able to accomplish. I hope that those of you who participated were able to complete a lot of the challenges and knock down your Goodreads goal. I only have 3 books left to meet my Goodreads goal for the year, so I'm hoping to complete that before the year is out. So that is it for this video. Please let me know in the comments below what books you read, what challenges you met, how many books did you manage to read, and how many do you have left till you reach your Goodreads goal. I hope you are all having a very happy holidays, and I will talk to you later. Bye.